If you look at the price action yesterday for Bitcoin, we pumped from about $41,000 to $43,000. And it looks like this is just a nice little bit of a pump. You know, this happens for Bitcoin. But let me tell you that what you saw yesterday is more than just this price action. Because yesterday, we actually saw one of the most important, significant events in Bitcoin's history. And I will tell you why. This is the trend shift. This is the pivot that is going to make it so that your bags are going to go absolutely nuts moving into the next few months and years. Guys, like I said, yesterday we saw one of the most important events for crypto and Bitcoin ever. I will talk about everything here today. I will talk about what I see happening in the markets. I will talk about my trades, of course. I will talk about the trades I am taking for the future. I will talk about the biggest shift in Bitcoin's history that we saw yesterday, as well as some altcoin coverage as well here, guys. So make sure to stick around from the beginning until the end. Welcome back, everybody. My name is Chris, bringing you cryptocurrency videos every day, teaching you how to make money in this market. If you're new to the channel, then make sure to subscribe and activate the bell right now. Okay, so first things first, let's look at Bitcoin and let's rewind the time a little bit just to understand where we are at right now and what I expect to see happening. We need to backtrack and see what we were expecting previously. Okay, so you know that I got cautious at the red line. You know that we shot up here, but from this point, I was expecting a pullback from Bitcoin, and I wanted to see a pullback at least down to the orange box. And when we went down here, the two targets that I was really eyeing was the orange box right here was the first target. The second target was the orange box down here at $38,000. So these were my two kind of targets for this pullback. Now it seems like we have only been able to reach the first target that I was eyeing here, which was the bottom of this orange box at $40,100. So we have reached that target right now, and now things are looking likely to go towards the upside even higher, and I will tell you why. We were looking at a couple of different charts previously. One was the total 2 chart, which shows us all of the crypto market cap excluding Bitcoin, basically altcoins and Ethereum. So what you could see here is that on the weekly time frame, we were and we are still at a big resistance here. So can we break through this? Yes, I do believe that we can do that. So this means that altcoins, Ethereum are going to do very, very well. And I do think this is also going to happen together with Bitcoin going up. Now, if you look at the total crypto market cap, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum, this is also something that I was talking about a few days ago and a few weeks ago, how we were at resistance. But look at this. We have broken above it. And you could argue that there's another resistance here at the top of these wicks, right? Something like that. But no matter how you slice this, if we break through this level, which I do think we are going to do, then, you know, the next levels of resistance for the total crypto market cap, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum, meaning the altcoins, is really up here on the index at $600 billion. Which is going to be absolutely nuts for the altcoins. They are going to see some tremendous gains. Now, why do I believe that Bitcoin is going to go up here? And why do I believe now that we saw one of the most significant events yesterday? Well, if you looked at the press conference yesterday, well, first thing, I talked about, huge volatility in yesterday's video and that we were going to see it. And oh God, did we see that? We did see some huge volatility, but this is not even the case I want to talk about. I want to talk about the Fed pivot, because what the Fed said yesterday is they are starting to have another language. They're starting to indicate that there's going to be some interest rate cuts in 2024. Now, this is completely the opposite from what they've been saying previously, right? They've been very pessimistic previously, but now the language is starting to shift. This is what he said. We believe rates are at or near their peak for this cycle. So this meant that there was massive optimism in the markets. And this led into that massive trend shift, which I'm going to talk about. But first, let me talk quickly about my trading bots and my trading strategies and the short that I was in yesterday. Okay, so first things first. My trading strategies all went up and hit the take profit on OKX, on BitGet, and on Bybit. So we made insane amounts of money on those bots going up after accumulating during the dip, going up and taking profit. Secondly, you know that I was in a short yesterday, and if you watched my video yesterday, I said that I am putting the stop loss for that short. I'm going to exit that short at the same price in which all of these trading strategies are going to take profit. Why? Because the bots were having unrealized losses of a couple of $1,000s. Now I entered into this short hedge, which you know I talked about on Twitter as well. And I exited that one at $42,800, more or less where we are at right now. I exited this one at that very point because it was the same price in which all of the bots took profit. Now, the profits that the bots took were much, much higher than the loss for this short. Okay, so that is how I am doing this. This is kind of how I'm playing this, using my trades together with the trading strategies overall. Now, for the people that have been using these trading strategies as well, there's been some people that have dropped off. You know, they were not prepared to hold Bitcoin, seeing unrealized losses, and so they exited their trading strategies. However, for the people who kept to them, you know, the I Am Rocky, Undergrind, NRT Thompson, and so on, they held these positions. So when Bitcoin saw that bounce, when Ethereum saw that bounce, they were able to make some insane profits. So this is the thing. If you believe that Bitcoin is going to go up, then this is going to be fine. Using this strategy, yes, you're going to have pullbacks. You're going to have those bots accumulating at a price in which the position itself could be at an unrealized loss. So that's the whole point of the bot, to take profit on the bounce up. And if you believe we're in a bull market, if you believe that we're going to see higher prices, then we are always going to see price go higher, and you're going to be able to see those positions take profit as well. So it's using that volatility. The more we go down, the more the potential gains, in fact, just as long as we do have that bounce. So yes, some people actually dropped off with these bots, which is absolutely fine, but I do still believe that come the end of this cycle, these ones are going to be at maybe 400, 500, maybe even thousands of percent gains when we are actually at the peak of the cycle. So this is the gains for the BitGet bots. For the OKX bots, let me show you right here. You can see that we have some bots already creeping towards 150%, which is absolutely insane. These ones are going towards 100% as well. So that is fantastic. And I will continue to update you here with these trading strategies, guys. Also for my second account here on BitGet, because the first one was full, people have been making some insane profits. This one is almost at $10,000 already, just having this open for a little bit more than 1 week. And these ones obviously at about $55,000. So we're getting close to have made $100,000 on these trading strategies on BitGet, which were open just a little bit more than 30 days ago. So that is great. And if you want to use these trading strategies yourself, guys, first go to OKX, go to the description of this video, go and see if you can sign up to OKX, claim up to $60,000 in deposit bonuses by clicking on this link, click join now, and then with one click, you can set up each and every one of those bots here. If you're not able to use OKX, try BitGet, click on this link, sign up, get up to $8,400. And then once you have signed up, click on well, this one is going to be full 100% by the time you click on this one, but this one still has about 20 spots left. Let me see here. Yeah, about 30 spots left. So you can still be able to get into that account if you want to use these trading strategies. So once you have signed up for BitGet, go to this link and then you just subscribe and then you click on whichever bot you want to use here. Now let's get back to Bitcoin and let's talk about why this is the biggest shift that we have seen probably ever for Bitcoin, and why your bags are going to go absolutely ballistic pretty soon. I mean, in this cycle, your bags are going to go absolutely nuts, and I will show you why. So if you look at the traditional markets, the S&P 500, we had a huge, massive candle, 2 massive candles yesterday. So traditional markets are doing really, really well. Now, in terms of gains, Bitcoin is outperforming it. In terms of the big gains we've had this year, Bitcoin is still outperforming all of traditional markets. However, let's look at the weekly time frame on the S&P 500. I'll show you something absolutely crazy. Look at this. Guys, let me look at the monthly time frame actually. It's going to be even more evident. Guys, this is the all-time high for traditional markets. Let me repeat that. This is the all-time high for the S&P 500. So on a candle closing basis, we are right now breaking all-time highs for the traditional markets. Now the swing high was up here for the S&P 500. So we're very close to breaking on the S&P 500. We're very close to breaking our all-time high. Let's look at NASDAQ. Look at NASDAQ. The all-time high for NASDAQ was right here. We have officially broken our all-time high for NASDAQ. By the way, this is a previous resistance level I had for the NASDAQ, and here I said that if we manage to break through this level, we are going to go and break also our all-time high for the NASDAQ. So let's look at the Dow Jones. So these are the three biggest index in the United States. The Dow Jones have also broken its all-time high. So we are breaking all-time highs in the traditional markets. Now, where is Bitcoin? Well, Bitcoin is still not too far, but still pretty far from its previous all-time high, right? You can see it right here. And why is this such a huge thing? Well, if you can see the times we broke our all-time highs in the S&P 500, let's just call it traditional markets, previously. So you can see the COVID crash right here. Boom, COVID crash. And then we went up, we broke our all-time highs, and we went nuts here. Whenever you see a lot of people make insane amount of gains in the traditional markets, like when breaking all-time highs and going up on a massive run here, that money eventually, from what I saw last cycle, finds itself into Bitcoin. And we are pretty far. I mean, Bitcoin is still, what is that, like 40-30% from its all-time high. It's not super far away, but it's far enough for us to be able to make some insane gains here. Okay, so the money that is being invested into the traditional markets here is going to eventually find itself into Bitcoin. And not only that, as the traditional markets are continuing to go up and continues to make all-time highs, all the money that have been invested into the bonds are going to also get absorbed by the stock markets in the US and into Bitcoin, and then later on the rest of the crypto markets. So as the yields goes down for the bonds here, people are gonna take their money. They are in fact already doing it, putting their money from bonds, which they were able to earn, 5% risk-free. They are now going to say, hey, why am I going to earn 5% risk-free when I can make, 10, 15, 20% in the stock market? So they will take all of that money, they will put it into the stock market, and then eventually, and this is why we're early still, guys, then the people are going to say, why am I going to put my money into the stock market where I'm able to make 15, 20% when I can put my money into Bitcoin where I am able to make 100 or 200%, right? And then the next step, guys, and this is again why we're super early and why you're going to see some of the biggest gains in your bags this cycle. People will take their money from Bitcoin and say, why should I make 200, 300% gains in Bitcoin when I can make 1,000%, 10,000% in altcoins? So this is the trajectory. This is kind of the flow of money you are going to see right now. And this is why we're still very, very early. And the ETF is going to also help with this in terms of liquidity. It's going to be the rails we need for the money to get absorbed by Bitcoin and then absorbed by the crypto space as a whole. This is one of the largest events ever for Bitcoin. What happened yesterday with the all-time highs breaking, this is the massive pivot. Yes, $16,000, $20,000. We've been buying Bitcoin like crazy. We've been using these trading strategies. I've been showing you everything on the channel. I've been talking about some of my top altcoins. And in fact, these are the top altcoins that I've been talking about so far. Bitcoin, Ethereum, of course, you already know about. A couple of weeks ago, I posted a video. Let me see if I can find it real quick here. So this is a video right here. Talked about 3 altcoins. It was over 1 month ago. Talked about Merit Circle, talked about Avalanche, talked about Polygon. Now, those altcoins have gone absolutely ballistic as well. Well, Polygon has gone up by 70% during the last 3 months. But the rest of them, like Avalanche, is up during the last 30 days, 100%. Merit Circle is up 215%. CDFI, which I talked about a few, 2 weeks ago, is also up 200%. So all of these coins are up tremendously, guys. This is nothing compared to what you are going to see in the future. And now is the time to take risks, guys. Now is the time to make an educated guess, an educated kind of standpoint, from a risk to reward, yes, we could see a drop. Let's say something terrible happens and the stock market crashes by 20% and Bitcoin crashes by 40%. Let's say that happens. Okay, altcoins are going to go down by 80-90%. However, if the case that I told you, which is looking like it's the most likely scenario, if that case plays out, then the altcoins are not going to go down by 80%. They are going to go up by 500,000, 10,000%. So on the other hand, yes, it could go down, but trust me, from a risk to reward standpoint, this is probably one of the biggest opportunities. This is probably the biggest opportunity you will have in your life. So sure, things can go south. We do not know what's going to happen. Is it going to be a third world war? Like, is something crazy going to happen? Could happen. We do not know. We cannot control that. But there is a very, very good chance, guys. There's a very, very good chance that the scenario I told you is going to play out. And I do not want you to miss this one. So please do your research, subscribe, activate the bell. I will continue to keep you updated on this channel, guys. If I think that the scenario I talked about is not going to play out, I will be the first one to tell you. But I've seen so many people in 2020, in 2017 waiting. They've been waiting. They haven't been willing to take risks. They have been listening to what the mainstream media have been telling them. They've been getting into these stocks that have gone up by, okay, 5%, 10%. That's absolutely fine. But guys, do your research. Be willing to take risk. Take the opportunity while it is still here. But trust me, when we are at the peak of the next bull run, the next bull run after that, we're not going to see anything like this. At that point, Bitcoin is going to be at a much higher price. Diminishing returns is going to be real, and this could be your last chance to make life-changing money. Okay, guys? So I want to point that out. And I think that is everything I wanted to talk about today, guys. Crazy stuff happening. Make sure to, if you want to use these trading strategies, then you have the video at the top of the description here also explaining every single detail of it. But with that said, guys, I will get back to doing some research and finding the next best altcoins for you. Thank you so much for watching today's video. And I wish you a great day. And just like I said, guys, I'm rooting for you. I want you to make insane amounts of gains during this bull market. And I will do everything I can to try to help you to do that. Okay, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.